Hey you guys, welcome back to my channel, and if you're new here, thanks for stopping by. I'm Julia Rose, and today I'll be talking about my 5 top tips for selling on eBay and other pre-loved sites. I'm going to link my favorite pre-loved sites at the bottom of this page, and so if you decide to venture out, and they're also really good for shopping, but we'll talk about that next time. I think it's really important that we take the time to list things on eBay. I know it's really tempting to put everything in a black sack and take it to the charity shop, and I would never tell you not to do that because charity shops are great. But the way I see eBay and other pre-loved sites is like charity shop with a search feature, which is amazing. And I think if we are going to try and add to this kind of pre-loved secondhand mentality rather than always buying new and saving the planet from fast fashion, then we need to take the time to list things. And I'm telling you now, you never know what people are going to buy. People will buy anything. So always take the time to list stuff because people will have saved searches, and it's always really exciting, and it's cash in your pocket. Nothing better than that. So let's get started. Number 1, the photo has to be good. You don't need a fancy camera, but you do need a blank background and some good lighting. I always choose a white background or something similar because then the item that you're selling can really pop. And make sure it's clear around the item for 2 reasons. 1, you want the buyer to be focused on the product and just to see what you're selling. Number 2, I've heard some funky stories about people being like, well, yes, I paid for the bag, but that pair of shoes was also in the picture, so those should have been included in the purchase. What? No. And make sure you clean your camera on your phone if that's what you're using. Just give it a little, that's all. And your photo will be much clearer, I promise. Tip number 2, clean the item that you're selling. I know you're getting rid of it, so you don't really want to take the time to clean it, but I promise it'll help with the photography because you won't be trying to dodge a little scuff mark or a little piece of dirt or baby food or something. And if you sell your item, the person buying the product will leave you a review. If they get a dirty item, they're not going to leave you a good review because they're going to be disappointed. That's not what we want. Get a baby wipe, whack it in the washing machine, clean it, make it look nice, and you'll have a better sale. Saying that, you do need to show the imperfections. So if there's a scuff mark or a scratch on something, show that in the photo to avoid disappointment later. It's not definitely going to turn people off. I've sold some things that definitely have holes or scratches in them, but people will buy anything, and as long as you're honest, they might negotiate down on the price, but that's better than nothing, and it's better than collecting dust in the back of your wardrobe. So always try it out. Tip number 3, this is for the shoe sellers. So I've sold hundreds of pairs of shoes on eBay, and it's great, and get some money for some new pairs of shoes. People want to see every angle of the shoe. I'm talking top, bottom, every side, and the heels. So make sure you take lots of photos of every angle of the shoe, even if there's marks, doesn't matter. Show those marks because otherwise they're just going to want a refund later. But please do not take a photo of your foot in the shoe. I'm sure your feet are lovely, but nobody wants to see it on a blown up photo, and especially in a pair of shoes that they might have in their closet. Leave your foot out of it. If it's a strappy shoe, hold it with your fingers to kind of show how the shoe works, or better yet, get a stock photo and use something like that. But just don't put your foot in the shoe that might end up in this person's wardrobe. It's just, nobody wants that. They just don't. Number 4. Now I know eBay definitely do this, and I'm pretty sure a bunch of other sites do this too, but they have deals on for sellers, so they can say, oh, sell for £1 this weekend. Usually sites take 10% of your selling price, but if they're saying you can sell anything for £1, that is a total win because you'll make more money in the end, which is epic. Tip number 5, don't go crazy with the price. I know you want to make as much money as you can, but it might hinder the final price at the end. So take a look at what other people are selling similar products for and kind of gauge a roundabout price. The general rule is that if you buy something new, you're going to sell it secondhand for 50% off. Kind of wrap your head around that and wiggle around as you want. I would say go a little bit up. If you're going to accept offers, then there's some wiggle room for a price reduction, but anything is better than it collecting dust in the back of your wardrobe or definitely in landfill. If you're selling a designer item and it's in really, really good condition, you can go above the 50% rule, but people are looking for a good deal. So again, don't set your expectations too high, but you know, give it a try because people will pay a lot of money for secondhand stuff. Set out a day, set out some time, take some photos, list all the stuff that you don't want. People will buy stuff. People tend to buy more things in the winter time. I don't really know why. People are buying stuff for Christmas presents. There is a pre-loved revolution going on. People are buying pre-loved things as gifts for people. People are dedicating their lives to not buying new anymore. People will still buy new. I would never say don't buy anything new ever again. Could you imagine how many people would be out of a job? No way, it's not going to happen. But what we do need to do is shop less. Companies need to make less because it's the sheer volume of production that is contributing to this world's epidemic of fast fashion. So if you can spend a little bit less time in shops and a little bit more time on pre-loved sites, that would be a good thing, because if we all did that, it's like the meat industry. This is what I say. If we all just cut down a little bit, then the companies would make less and less and less, and then we would produce less emissions. Everyone's a winner, except the cows. Thanks for watching my video. Check me out on Instagram because I'm always posting stuff on there, and I'll see you soon.